What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a dose of Pokemon. That is right, the Pokemon TCG hobby is getting way too expensive in 2025. And it's only going to be getting more expensive now that there are tariffs in effect. Now, before I get into this video, I'm not going to be talking about any political stance or anything like that, just talking strictly about the Pokemon hobby itself. The prices are going up and now there's tariffs in place and how that's going to affect it. So let's get right into it. You guys have probably noticed throughout the past couple months there's been this huge Pokemon craze. Everyone's going out and buying Pokemon cards. You go to your local Walmart, you go to your local Target, your GameStop, whatever it is, there are no cards yet to be found in stock. Like, I went to Target today. Nothing in stock. They just have those battle deck boxes that no one is buying. Everything else is completely sold out. No Journey Together, nothing of that sort. So it's just been like this for the past couple months, and it's looking like it's going to be like this for the rest of the year. Why? Because there's a lot of demand too. I mean, there are some really good sets. I mean, we got Journey Together, which is actually surprising, at least if you ask me, a pretty decent set. It's not like the best set, but the next one, Destined Rivals, is looking to be a really good set. But again, we're just getting like these really expensive cards and boxes and everything happening. And also with the tariffs. Now, there is a video that I did watch from Brandon Martin from Mystic Rips. This is his personal channel, so definitely be sure to check it out. I'm actually logged in with one of my other channels, so normally I'm subscribed to him, but he put out a great video about talking how it's over for the Pokemon card market and how he explains tariffs and things like that. And then I did pull up this Reddit post about how tariffs, will, if they affect the Pokemon market and things like that. So let's just quickly go over this. Like, someone wrote, I was just at a card show and people are already taking advantage of the tariffs on stuff that they have. Which, stuff that they already have, I don't know why they're kind of taking advantage of it, but he went to a card show and they were selling Kimono Stamp Pikachu PSA 10 for $750 to $850, and today the same card was $1,200. And when I asked why, he said tariffs. Like, how is the tariff affecting your prices on a product you've had before the tariffs? That's exactly my point. And it's not even coming from Japan. So here's the thing. Now let's pull up the tariff list right here. So with reciprocal tariffs, it's pretty much whatever the US is being charged with tariffs, they're now kind of charging that country back. So with Japan, for example, 46% of tariffs charged to US, and now US is discounting with the reciprocal tariff of half of that, so 24%. But what happens with tariffs essentially is this. When tariffs do come into effect, essentially the company, like a business, will either take a loss for it or they're going to be passing that on to the consumer, that price on to the consumer. So like, let's say you buy a product, okay? And you normally buy a product for $100 and now you're being tariffed 10%. So now it's $110. And you would normally sell it for, I don't know, like $115. Or you already sell it for $110. For example. Now it's like, okay, well, I have to charge the consumer a little bit more, or I just take the loss and the consumer still pays the same price that they were paying before. And most times it is passed on to the consumer. Now, for those who are selling, Pokemon cards and things like that, the profit margin is much, much smaller, 10 to 15% profit margin. And when you're getting higher tariffs, it's like it's already sucking up your profit margin. So do expect prices to go up even more, or it becomes more difficult to buy Pokemon products. But just in general, it's been getting really, really expensive. I mean, look at this. Putting tariffs aside, like, honestly, $231 for a box of Journey Together is definitely not worth it. And yeah, we saw it at one point at $265, but when we look at, like, at the end of January, it's sitting in the high 180s, 190s, even though this price, Pokemon company sells it for $160. It's just like, I don't think this box is worth $230. I honestly don't think this set is worth that much. And when we go to the singles, for example, and let's pull up the singles right here, honestly, like, Lily's Clefairy did drop in price in the last 1 month. I mean, at one point it was sitting at $330. It has since dropped to like $200. And I think it's, kind of stayed there for a little bit. Salamence has become the second most valuable card in the set, which is very surprising. It was sitting at $241, and now it's sitting at $123. In fact, someone's selling it for $110, $115 for Salamence EX. And then we got a bunch of other cards here sitting. We only have now 3 cards in this set that's over $100. The rest have dropped. Like when I first pulled this Articuno right here, this illustration rare Articuno, which by the way, I would recommend picking up illustration rares. Do not sleep on them. But let's filter, let's do near mint. $36, $37 for a near mint Articuno. When I first pulled it, it was $60. So it dropped by half. It's literally right around here, it was like $58, $60, and it dropped to $37, $36. And it's only going to drop from there. Again, Pokemon Company is also trying to print at maximum capacity, so we're going to be getting more products of Prismatic Evolutions. We're going to be getting more products of Journey Together, hopefully Destined Rivals. But since there's just this whole thing of tariffs going on and people are kind of freaking out a little bit, then yes, we may see some price increases from wherever we get our cards from. Let's take a look at the rest of this post right here, just like the Reddit post. Let's see. PSA went down in almost all countries except the US and Canada, I heard. Oof. Yes, every asset class will be affected. They estimate the average cost increase per US household will be $4,000 a year. Most Americans don't have $2,000 in their bank account. The money has to come from somewhere. And yeah, this is, we'll see how it's gonna, someone will buy the dip. Cheeser Ranch, what dip? Yeah, of course it will fall. Things don't go up that violently without a huge crash. And yeah, price will continue to rise after consolidates soon, no matter your situation, especially for the sets and cards out of print. That's true. I mean, if a set or cards are out of print, yes, the prices are going to go up. But for cards that are already in print, with like Journey Together and stuff, why are the prices so high? You would expect those to be a little bit, less in price. Even with Heatwave Arena, for example, these boxes usually cost $30 to $40, like Japanese boxes. Now they're like $105. Yes, it's dropped a little bit, but it hasn't dropped as much as I want because I want to pick up a box of Heatwave Arena. If it's been sitting at $134 and it's since dropped to like $105, but with all the tariffs taking place, I don't know if this is going to drop lower than that. And here's the thing: when there was no allocation with English, cards, a lot of people were going this time towards the Japanese market, and because one, the prices are cheaper, but two, there was just more product available. So now we don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be pretty rough out there, guys. It's going to be a little bit rough. So right here, someone wrote, yes, it won't be as dramatic as the stock market, at least right now, but as budgets get lowered and the Switch 2 comes out, which the Switch 2, by the way, was pre-orders were supposed to start April 9th. That's not happening. I guess Nintendo didn't take into effect the $449 price tag was before the tariffs were kind of announced type of thing. So they kind of pulled that back and they're going to, I guess, reconsider. So I don't know if they're going to increase the price or kind of just take the loss. We'll see. People will start to think, hey, I'd rather sell those ETBs and boosters so I think I can afford to Switch 2 with those tariffs or afford rent or groceries. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. There are people out there, including myself, we got to pay for groceries, we got to pay for rent and all these things. So I'm definitely going to be dropping down my budget for the time being until, things start to settle down. We don't know what's going to happen, but let's continue that comment. I think that income affects trumps the price effect of all Japanese products only being plus 20% to buy. That's true. I think with all this tariffs going on, the prices will go up just a little bit, especially like if you're buying Japanese products, which, first of all, they're higher quality, I think, and they were more affordable too, because obviously English is really hard to get right now. But if those prices go up, then I feel like some people kind of switch back, pivot back to investing and picking up and adding to the collection, like the English cards. But it's going to be a rough couple months, at least I can say, like guaranteed, for the Pokemon market, seeing what's going on. I mean, even I've been on Facebook Marketplace and I'm seeing a bunch of like single cards being sold at a little over market price actually. And it's just something I'm not going to, go out of my way to pick up, extra cards because of that. And yeah, I mean, look at this. Wow, actually my Espeon dropped to, I have an Espeon EX and dropped to the 4th most valuable card. And Leafeon has not taken the throne of being the top, the 3rd. But even, this Umbreon EX, technically, it's being sold lightly played hollow foil. Let's change that real quickly to a near mint. Yeah, you would expect like it's for $14.50. This card is still new. It came out in January, and because there's like nowhere, prismatic evolutions to be found, you can't find them anywhere, it's sitting at this price. But normally it's a card that is still new. It's still in print cycle. Like, it should be easy to obtain, but it's not. Prismatic Evolutions has so many cards over $100. Like, I'm looking at here right now, like 6, 12, 17 cards over $100. Like, how come this Palafin EX is sitting over $100? I don't get it. I personally don't like this card. Like, I'll put it this way: it's nice artwork, but I would not personally, with all these other options, I would rather want to have a Raging Bolt EX, for example. I'd want to have this, or I'd want to have an Iron Crownling. That wouldn't be my first choice of picking up. Even the Iron Valiant, I would rather pick up, or a Sandy Shocks EX, Iron Hands EX, whatever it may be. But just keep in mind, the prices are going to continue to stay like this. Even going to Temporal Forces. Looking here, like Raging Bolt has slowly kind of gone up in price. It was sitting in the 90s in the past 6 months. October was sitting at $66, and now it's over $100. So whatever you gotta do, you gotta budget accordingly, figure out what's going on. Destined Rivals is coming out. There's going to be the Black and White special set coming out. There's going to be the Megas coming out later this year. So it only makes sense to budget accordingly, because we don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of months. But yeah, the hobby's getting too expensive. It's getting too expensive to just open and play with the cards, play the game. At this point, it's just like, when you pick it up, should I even open it or keep it sealed? Do I play the game, or just do I hold on to it because of its value significantly dropping, or instead let me just hold on to it so I can hold its value until there's more product available and things like that. But yeah, this video is all over the place. Just wanted to give you guys an update about the Pokemon hobby, and I think it's going to be, for those who want to get into this Pokemon hobby in 2025, it's going to be very, very difficult. But if you do, good luck out there. Pick them up, add to your collection. Even looking at this Temporal Force, a bunch of other cards I want to add. But yeah, definitely be sure to check out Brandon Martin's video right here about how he explains the tariffs, and he's usually talking about it from an aspect of owning a Pokemon card business. And the tariffs, he says, goes into effect April 9th. So Japanese Pokemon cards, they're going to get more expensive. So if you can pick them up before April 9th. Hopefully before, the tariffs, go into effect. So we'll see what happens, but I'll keep you guys updated. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.